Welcome to our RDT121 YouTube channel. I am Sharif, working as a professional driving instructor since 2009. Today I'll be showing you one of the driving test route in Roselands. We have previously uploaded few videos for Roselands. In today's video, I'll be showing you updated test route along with some important tips and clarification on some confusing road rules, so that you can prepare yourself in the best possible way to pass in first go most likely. I will demonstrate as I'll be driving. Before I take you straight to the test route, I suggest you to watch the preparation for the driving test video, which gives you the necessary information including what to bring along with you on the test day, when to arrive and what to do after arriving, how to make sure the car is roadworthy and accepted for the driving test, how the examiner will brief you before the test starts and how to communicate with him, and what should be your mindset as you start your driving test. I have given the link below in the description box for the video to watch. Let's say the examiner has already come and sit next to you, and now you are able to start your driving test. First of all, you have put your seatbelt on, click it on, and then you can start the engine if you have not started yet. So press in my car, because this is a hybrid and a keyless start, as it says, press the brake pedal and push the power switch, which is hiding behind this steering wheel. Push this power switch to start the engine. When it says ready in the green color, that means now the car has started. Now we are ready to drive. So the examiner will ask you to pull out when you are ready. So first thing, of course, is the indicator. So indicate at least for 5 seconds. So indicator first thing, then change the gear to drive. You can check on the dashboard to make sure it has changed to drive, and then the handbrake should be off. In my car this is automatic and it's already off. Now let's start driving. Before you drive off, of course, you have to make sure everything is safe all around you. So you got to check nobody's around, then you can release your brake to pull up, and then turn your steering to keep driving. The examiner will ask you to go right at the end, so let's indicate to the right from here. Now here you need to be more careful for checking the pedestrians and the car. See, the red car is just pulling out, and also on the right hand side this lady is crossing. So the funny thing about this car park is there are some pedestrian crossing which are marked on the yellow color. So if it is marked, even it is marked on the yellow color, it works completely as like pedestrian crossing, so you have to wait for that. So this guy is looking like waiting for us, so let's complete our turn. Alright, before you go, you got to make sure nobody is crossing the road, and then you can keep following this road marking to continue straight. If you notice carefully, this is a one-way road marking, and you can keep driving just over it, keeping the car exactly middle of the line. Keep going around. Also keep going around here to the right side, and then we'll have to turn left to go down the ramp. So indicate from here and keep following this white line. Just before turn here, do a quick head check on the left side to make sure nobody's trying to overtake us. When you turn in left here, keep close to the left side and come all the way until you see clearly the ramp. When you can see the ramp clearly, then keep going down gradually by turning the steering. It's a very steep down, but don't scare, you're not gonna fall down. So keep going around. If you notice the speed limit here 10, checking on the right side to make sure nobody coming. Okay, now we can continue straight. So this 10 speed limit is not observed at the driving test, so you can keep driving whatever you feel safe. It can be 15, 20, 25, 30, up to 40 you can drive. Now in this situation, if you go around like this, it's better to indicate and do the head check before you go, and also indicator and head check when you're coming back, because we are moving about 1 car up gap. If you moved about 1 car up gap, yes, you have to do the indicator head check. If you just move a little bit around, you may not need to do so. Okay, now this is a crossing again. You got to check both right and left side. So right, there's a car approaching, but we have the priority, so you can continue. Nobody, no pedestrian, so you can continue. Now this guy is crossing is not crossing, just walking straight across the crossing, so he's not the priority. Nobody else was also crossing, so we can continue again. So we are going down, and this is the priority lane for us. So anybody coming from the side, we don't need to really give way. This giveaway sign is not belong to me, it's belong to the car that is coming from the left hand side. This mirror will help us to see if somebody is coming, but looks like it's not working that functional. Now nobody is coming from the left hand side, we have made sure, and now we can continue. As we are continuing here, told you this is our priority because so far we have not faced any stop sign, give a sign, or any kind of sign for us. So this is our priority, even though you're seeing traffic moving from sides, but they have certain signs to give way, so we can continue. This is a crossing, and make sure nobody is crossing at this pedestrian crossing. Now continue. This is a curve and bend, and at the bend always keep your car to the opposite side. So it's bend to the left, keep it to the opposite side, to the right side, and keep looking far up to the white van so that you can drive into the center of the lane. Now this is where many learners make mistakes. Seeing at these lines, they think that they have a giveaway sign. In fact, the giveaway sign is belong to the opposite traffic and also the side, so we don't have to give it to anybody. And the line on the left is a straight line, so at this crossing make sure nobody is coming, and the fence actually blocks the vision, so be careful. At this traffic light coming ahead will be turning left, so we need to change the lane to the left. So indicating, checking the rear mirror. The white car already have changed, so let the white car go past. I'm just slowing down to let the white car pass, and then I'll be changing lane behind the white car, making sure head check is done before I move. Okay. Now after changing lane, the limit here is 50, and it's very easy to go over the limit here because it's a wide road and flat road. So be careful of the speed limit here and don't go over. When you stop behind this car, of course leave one full car length of gap. This is where most of the learners they make mistake at the test. Back there, what I was saying is we did not have any sign to give it to anybody, so don't stop suddenly to give way. Even the bus is coming from the left hand side or opposite side, you always have the priority, so just continue. If you want to respond, just release the brake, release the accelerator, but don't brake. So indicating left to turn left here. If the examiner did not ask you to choose a lane, then you can stay in the middle lane. Let's say you stay in the middle lane. Now when you stay in the middle lane, if the examiner asks you to go right at the second traffic lights, obviously you need to change the lane. And if you, as you see, the light is very close to each other, so best thing is to change the lane at these traffic lights before you pass this traffic light. So continuing straight here, and the traffic lights coming ahead will be turning right, so indicating and entering the turning lane from the beginning. So if we enter a turning lane from the beginning, you don't need to really do the head check because the solid island is blocking anybody else to enter before you. So this is, I think, is a good gap. I can see the tires and also part of the road, and I believe one car can fit in this gap. Now if the car at the back already stopped safely, if you want, you can move forward depending on the situation. If you think that you're blocking the traffic behind, it's better to move forward to leave some more room for them so that they can stop safely in the lane as well. Now as you are waiting in the traffic light, as you are waiting for any intersection or anything, you need to keep observing everything all around you. This is a good practice. At this traffic light, as you can see, the light has the arrow and also the circle, so the red arrow is actually stopping us to turn right. As given the fact this is a main road, hopefully the light will turn to green, the arrow will turn to green, and then we'll be turning right. So in this intersection is less headache. We don't have to make our own choice, the light will make the choice for us, and then we can just follow the light to complete the turn. Keep following the car ahead of us and completing the turn. As I'm turning, look into the direction so that I know exactly where to enter. Keeping close to the center, this is our lane. I don't like to keep driving towards the parked car because keeping close to the center gives me enough space from the parked car. Any kind of hazard I can see beforehand, spot it beforehand, and I can respond safely. This roundabout, so approach as you're going to stop after coming to the line. When you see on the right side nobody coming, you can continue without complete stop. So at the roundabout, you don't need to you are not required to stop completely if it is safe to do so. So continuing, and this road is bent, so be careful of the circle and the island around you so that you don't touch any of them, and go around them nicely and safely. So let's go left at this intersection. This is where the examiner will ask you to turn left. So when you're entering here, you don't need to do the head check, don't need to give it to anybody because this is a side entrance. You are entering to a side street from main road, so you have the priority. When you're going through this narrow part of the road, be mindful of the opposite car coming. So be keen to see if somebody is approaching from the other side, and also be mindful of your speed. Right now I'm doing close to 20, which is a good speed for this narrow part of the road. Now I'm going around the bend and making sure I'm keeping on my side of the road, which is the left side, left of the center. Now in this road we'll be doing a 3-point turn. Let's stop on the left hand side. So the head check on the left is not important, but if you do so, that's fine because we have not moved one car width of gap. So head check is not important. Now after stopping, you have to start the 3-point turn. So to start the 3-point turn, you have to, first thing is indicate for 5 seconds. After indicating, you don't need to change the gear because we'll be moving forward, so gear is on drive is fine. Now turn full to the right side, and before you move, you got to make sure you are doing the head check right now. I would prefer checking 180 degree. That will include the front and have a poor visibility on the front due to the truck blocking my vision. See, the car just came. If I wouldn't take caution, I would be in problem now. So move a little bit forward to have a better vision. Now you can see more better. So front, side mirror, right blind spot. If nobody is around us, we can keep going. And as I'm moving forward, I can look through the side window to see how much I can go. I cannot see exactly, but I can guess, and this is how I can go and stop. Okay. After that, first thing is I prefer to change the gear and turn the steering full to the left. Don't worry about the indicator at this stage. And now before reverse, you go to check right of the road, left of the road, and straight to the back. Keep looking to the back and start rolling. After you start rolling, then you can look forward and back and forth, or you can look in the camera, and you can also look at the side if you want to. Now when I feel like I have reversed enough, I can look in the camera or in the mirror, whatever reference point I want to use, that's fine, no problem. Now first thing is again change the gear to drive and turn your steering. Before you move, do your last head checks on the right and also to the left to make sure nobody coming, and then follow your lane. Follow your road as you have completed your turn. Make sure you keep following on the left side, don't go to wrong side. If you keep driving on the wrong side like this, it may cause you a fail at the test, so be careful. So you stay on the left hand side. Even there is a car parked on the left, try to be in the middle but not to the wrong side. Then the examiner will ask you to turn left at this intersection coming ahead, so we will be turning left. So indicating left from now. And given the fact it's a stop sign, we must stop completely behind the line, and look at the line, it's a diagonal line. So when you approaching to the line, be careful and don't touch the line when you stop. On the camera you can see the car is here, the line is here, so we're not touching the line, we are safe. Now after completing 3 seconds, roughly 3 seconds, if nobody is coming, we can complete our turn. So at the stop sign, you are not required to stop for 3 seconds, but if you do so, if you stop for 3 seconds, it gives a good feeling to the examiner that you have stopped correctly at the stop line. So I prefer to stop for 3 seconds. Now we'll be turning right here, the first right. Now this is a very confusing part. Even it says right turn, and most of the time learners want to enter from here, but that is actually the exit. The entrance is from here where the broken line is. But before turn, make sure nobody is coming from the opposite direction, and the vision is very difficult to see through. You have to, in this case, if you want, you can wait, take your time to complete your turn, and listen for the noise to make sure if somebody approaching from the opposite direction or not. If you are sure, then only you complete your turn. When you turn onto this street, this road is not wide enough and not too narrow, so we have to drive a little bit over the center as I'm driving, so that we can see any hazard, any potential hazard beforehand, and we can respond. Like this black SUV was reversing. As he saw me coming, he went in and then preparing to reverse again after I pass, as you can see in the mirror. Now keep going around, and this part of this road is very confusing. It looks like one way, but it is not, it's two way. So when you're entering, make sure you look to the road before you enter and go slowly. Currently I'm doing under 10 km. This is fine, exactly, absolutely fine, and the speed is increasing as I can see the road more. And going all the way to the end, at the end we'll be turning right. Make sure you keep left of the center all through the way on this road. If you see somebody coming, you may wait somewhere to stop to give way to the opposite traffic. Now as you approach here, if the vision is clear on the side, then you can make decision to turn. If not, like this on the left, as the car was hiding there. If not, then you need to crawl slowly and look through the parked cars on both sides and listen to noise, or if any car coming or not. If not so, just crawl again like me as I'm doing, checking right, checking left, making sure everything's fine, then push more forward and look to the direction and turn. Even after turning, I can see there's a car, so what I would do, I would accelerate smoothly so the car doesn't need to really brake for me. This is a wide road and very easy to maintain my lane, keeping close to center. So I'm imagining the line, and if you look ahead, the line is actually the real line actually given before the roundabout. My imaginary line was matching with this line. That means my position was correct. We are turning left at this roundabout, so indicating, checking on the right side, no one coming. No need to stop completely and keep turning, keeping close to the center again. So this line is helping me to identify my lane, and I'm looking all the way to the end, connecting this line towards the end so that I can be guided in my lane. At the end of the street, I'll be turning right, so indicating right from now. About 5 seconds beforehand, I have released my accelerator, now slowly braking. Now this is a crossing, and we don't need to really stop here for the pedestrian, as there is none at this moment. Now after coming here, if the back part of the car is still blocking the crossing, it's not your problem, because they can still cross behind you. Now this van is actually blocking the vision, so what I'll do, I'll cross slowly and also open the window to listen and move forward towards the steering to check. If no one, then I'll push forward, look to the direction of turn, and then I'll be completing my turn and going all the way to the end. So when I'm completing my turn to straight up the steering, I'm losing my steering. I let it go by itself, but don't completely take your hands off like this. That will cause you a failure for the test. At the end of the street, you'll be turning right, so indicating right and keeping close to center. Sometimes learner here, what they do, they just go in the middle, which is an incorrect position, not a fail, but incorrect position. So correct position is just keeping close to center like this, indicating right, checking left. Left vision is not that clear, right is very clear. Usually it's not that much clear. Usually there are car parked on the right side and very difficult to see because the road is curved. Now there is a car coming from the left side. Good. That is why whenever you turn right or cross the road straight across, you should check right and left right at the moment before you go, like this. If no one coming, complete your turn. We're not supposed to touch the line when you are turning right. However, if we have a little bit touch but did not actually went to wrong side, then it's not a problem. It's not a big problem. So this road is curved, keeping close to right side and looking far so that we can maintain our lane safely. And this is a downhill, so I'm not accelerating all the time. Sometimes I'm just letting the car go itself by releasing the accelerator. That was a potential hazard. Keeping close to right and seeing this part is a bit tight, so I will be more close to line and a little bit slower. If you can also notice my speed as I'm driving all the time. Now turning left at this stop sign, this car is stopped to turn right, so not enough space on the left for me to stop there. However, I can stop here. When the car passes, I can go and stop at the line completely for 3 seconds, at least for 3 seconds. So as I'm stopping, I'm checking for the traffic, not just waiting for and counting 3 seconds. And after the white car, there's a potential gap for me, and also make the plan where to go. Looks like it is clear. Now I am turning and gazing toward the white SUV so that I know exactly how to turn and where to go after turning. So keep following them. This road is 50 and we are going a little bit uphill. The problem on this road is, as we are going uphill, it will also go downhill. When it goes downhill, or when you're accelerating to go uphill, putting extra pressure, the speed might go over. So be careful of the speed. And if the limit is 50, if even you go 51, you may fail at the test for going even by 1 kilometer extra. So always try to keep 5 kilometers under the limit of the road all the time if possible. This going straight through these traffic lights, and we'll be turning second right. So this is the first right, so not this one, the one coming ahead will be turning right. You can indicate, as you see the road is going downhill. I'm covering my brake a little bit, indicate right, and the turning is coming here. I can see the gap in between the lines, so I'll be preparing to turn right from here. When I've come half of the way, then I'm looking to the direction and completing my turn because nobody was approaching from the opposite direction. Continuing straight. Again, this is a wide road, so very easy to maintain the lane, keeping close to the imaginary center. Now turning first right here behind the black car, keeping straight, and half of the intersection. This is one of the confusing road where learners may make mistake. So you need to come half of the way here, looking inside, and then when you turn, try to turn left of the center like this, and don't enter completely on the wrong side like this. That will be definitely a fail item. Yeah, as you see, the cars are approaching from opposite direction. So if you drive on the wrong side, how do you give way? So after the car passes, you can keep moving in the middle of the road. and you'll be turning right at this street. See, the car is parked on the left hand side. Don't keep driving from the right here. I prefer to come back to the left side. You don't need to do the head check because the car is blocking the way. So come here, come half of the way, look at the direction. If no one coming from opposite direction, then you can complete the turn. Don't worry about the side traffic because they have the giveaway sign with the pole, if you can see, and the line there to show they have the sign, and we have the priority over the side road to complete our turn. This road very confusing and very narrow, so just drive in the middle of the road like this, making sure both of your pillars is in the same distance from both side cars. Also expect somebody entering suddenly from the opposite direction as you approaching to the intersection. Now preparing for the left turn, coming close to the curb side, look at the curb. So for this left turn, sometimes the vision on the right is very difficult, so approach very slowly. Look on the right side, I can see the roof of the cars approaching as through the parked cars, and I'll be pushing a bit more on the left corner, having a clear vision. When I'm sure nobody's coming, then I can complete the turn. When I turn, I need to keep close to the center, otherwise there was a possibility of colliding with the curb if we turn too sharp on the left. Now going through these traffic lights, and next intersection we're gonna be turning right, so indicating right about 5 seconds beforehand and gradually slowing down so that I can prepare for the right turn. That gap was alright, but as I have you stop, that's fine to stop as well, and keep waiting here. Let all this car pass through and make a preparation how to complete your turn. So it is important to keep close to center. Why? Because the car approaching from the behind, they can, if they want to, they can go around on the left side. As you have seen, one car immediately passed around me when I first stop here. I complete the turn as I had a safe gap. Okay, at this crossing, make sure nobody is crossing at the time of going. There is another confusing intersection coming ahead. When you go through here, many times learners, they just brake suddenly here in response to give way to the side traffic, which is very dangerous. If you see the traffic behind me, so on the sides they have stop sign and the line, and we had nothing. We had no sign, no sign, and no line to give way to anybody. So if you stop suddenly like that and there's a car behind you, you would fail for causing dangerous situation, which is F7. Let's do a reverse park behind the grey SUV. So it's coming and stopping next to it. There are many different ways you can do this parking, but I follow a simple and easy method. I come and stop next to the SUV like this. First thing I do is change my gear to reverse in preparation, so people, anyone coming around me will know what I'm doing exactly, because my reverse gear is on, so the reverse lights are on at the back. I'm indicating, I'm stopping next to the car. Anyone sees me knows what I'm doing. So if anyone coming from the front or from the back, if they want to go around, I'll wait for them to go around. When it is completely safe, then I will start reversing. So as a preparation, I can also turn the steering, and as you have seen, I have just turned half circle to the left. That is my method, my set method for this reverse parking. Now before I reverse, I will be checking all around, like kind of 360 degree all around. That will include the front, the side mirror, the right blind spot, and straight to the back, and then I'll let it go. As I have already started reversing, now I can look forward and I can look in the camera if I want to, and I can also look back and forth if I want to. And my set method is when the red line, the edge of the red line touches the gutter, we stop, and then I turn full lock to the right. As I'm turning right, you can also notice the yellow line has turned, and the line is actually guide me if I keep reversing where my car will be after I have reversed. So let it go. If you want, you can check on the back again at this stage, and I'm comparing on my car position on the mirror and also on the front SUV. So when I feel like my car is completely straight, then I can just put a park, and the handbrake is automatically done. So that's my parking. I have completed my parking. Okay, so after that, when the examiner says that when you're ready, you can pull out and continue. So first thing you will do is indicator to the right side, then change your gear to drive. Just one quick tip, sometimes what learners do, they try to change the gear and the gear is not changing. Why? Because they have not pressed the brake completely. So make sure you have pressed the brake completely first and then try to change the gear. More clarification, let's say you try to change the gear but you forgot you're not pressing the brake. So after trying, if you press the brake and then keep trying, it never gonna work. So the best thing is, and the only thing is you can do is press the brake first fully and then push the button, or try to change the gear if you don't have to push the button in your car. Now the handbrake is off and we are ready to go. So let's go. Indicating already more than 5 seconds. Before go, I can turn the steering as much as I need. In this case, I have a little less gap, so I turn full lock to make a smooth way out. And before I go, I prefer to check the rear mirror first, even though I'm not having a very good vision with the SUV behind me. So check the rear mirror, check the side mirror, which is giving me a better vision, and make sure nobody's just next to me. And then look ahead and move immediately. Make sure head check is the last thing before you move. And after doing the head check, don't keep checking on the mirror or side or anywhere else. Just look forward and go. Now there was a hazard. I have responded by slowing down and turning right at this intersection. This is a stop sign and there is a line, so I go and stop completely behind the line for 3 seconds roughly. As I'm stopping, I'm checking. Now the tree and the cars are blocking the vision on the left, same on the right. So after coming here, I have a better vision. Nobody's coming. The other car that approaching from the opposite direction has also a stop sign facing and will take time to come and stop and to approach to the intersection. So I can use the gap and continue my turn. Continuing straight here. This is a narrow part of the road, and when you drive through here, you can drive in the middle. And when you're driving in the middle, keep watching ahead. If somebody is coming from other side, try to pull over to the left and give way. In this case, there is no car park on the left hand side and there is no car park on the right hand side. So I don't need to really pull over. I can just keep going slowly and the other car can also continue, as you have seen. Now turning left in this roundabout, coming to the line, checking on the right, making sure nobody is coming, and then I can complete my turn. Now first right turn here, no sign for me and don't need to give it to the side. How do I know? They have a stop sign, they have line, and opposite car there is no one, so this is a safe turn for me. I can complete my turn. Keep going straight all the way to the end. At the end I'll be turning left. Okay, there's a hazard for me when the car was entering, so that's why I need to maintain your lane safely and keep watching if somebody is stepping in your lane, then you have to move more. Now this left turn I have to mold around the curb and stopping on the corner here, checking on the right side. The gap was just alright, but it's okay to wait if you're not feeling confident 100%. Now after this car, the blue car is turning, so it's a clear gap for me and I can complete the turn, and obviously turning close to the center and keep following them to maintain the left lane safely. After turn, I always prefer to check the rear mirror just to make sure I'm not slowing the traffic behind me. So at this sets of traffic light, I'll be turning left. So when turning left, you need to be on the left lane, indicate left. See this dash line, it kinds of mean that it's a clear way. So when it's a clear way, don't block. If you have the space to come here to continue, you can. Otherwise you stop behind the dash line, leaving safe gap. And as I have changed the lane, I had to do the head check. I did the head check. If this I have the green arrow, so complete the turn. This curve is big, so be careful. Preferably you can take either lane to avoid hitting the curb. If you think that taking the right lane will help you, so take the right lane. If you still can take the left lane, that's fine, but make sure you don't hit the curb. This road is 60, currently I'm doing 50, and that traffic light is usually very busy, and it requires me to change the lane. If you want to change the lane beforehand when it is safe like this, you can change. If you want to keep waiting there, that's also fine. For me, I like to change. So indicating, checking rear mirror, checking side mirror, checking blind spot, nobody's there, looking straight ahead and not turning the steering much, just slightly tilting so that I can edge into the lane, which is safe to do so. Continuing and leaving enough 3 seconds, more than 3 seconds following gap with the front car. The car slowed down. I slowed down as well. Leaving safe gap. Watching out the cyclist. Ooh, nearly crashing to me. Why, man? Okay, now continuing straight. The cyclist still waiting there. So that means he was not actually coming, but he's carrying me. Okay, this white SUV entered and then reverse. That's good, thank you. Now these traffic lights are gonna turn left, so maintaining the same lane and indicating 5 seconds beforehand, slowing down in preparation for the turn. I can see the car behind is already changing the lane, so I'm kind of safe. The black car was accelerating too much and changed as well. When you turn left here, no point of taking the left lane, always take the right lane. If the car is parked on the left lane, take the right lane and keep continuing following this road to the right side. This is what the exam will ask you to do, so continuing straight here. There's a little hump. If possible, go around it. Continuing straight. Now let's do a curbside parking on the left. When you do the curbside parking, you need to indicate as early as possible, 5 seconds beforehand. Now after the parked car, I'm parking here. So head check is not important, but it's okay if you do so. Now when I'm parking here, there's a car ahead of me, the white car. What I'm trying to do is making sure my seat is aligned with the front car driving seat. When it is so, I just straight up my nose, meaning the back of the other car and the black line under the windscreen is parallel to each other, which gives me the feeling that now the car is straight. After that, I change the gear to parking, as my handbrake is automatic, so I don't have to touch it, and then shut down the engine, because the examiner will ask you complete the parking and shut down the engine, or secure the vehicle and shut down the engine. So that means I need to shut down. Okay, after that I have to set done. After that, examiner is going to check and mark. After that, he will say that when you're ready, you can start and pull out. So let's do it again. Press the brake, push the button to start. It says ready, that means the car has started. First thing I prefer is indicator, then change the gear to drive. Handbrake is automatically off. Now I'm turning my steering in preparation for pulling out. So I didn't turn full lock, I just turned a little bit so that I can easily pull out. Now I'm checking the mirror. I see somebody is coming, so I'll be waiting for them. No point of doing the side mirror head check because I'm not going now. So I'm just keeping tally how many cars are coming and how many cars are actually passing me. So I can see the silver car is the last car has entered and nobody else has entered. So after this silver car, I'll do my side mirror check, head check, nobody else is there. So I'll be looking ahead the black car. Okay, so follow the black car then. How come it was silver before, how come it became black now? Anyway, continuing straight, 50 road. Okay, so this point is a bit narrow, be careful. Move to the left side and then look far ahead and stay close to the center. You need to go around, you cannot try to go straight there. You might hit the curb, that will cause you a fail. F3, colliding with a vehicle, pedestrian or object. So don't hit any object. This roundabout, come slow, check on the right, no one coming, enter and continue straight. And when you enter the roundabout, make sure how much space you have in the middle so that you can enter safely. And when exiting, exit close to the line so that you don't touch or hit anything. Continuing straight. At this set of traffic light, will be turning left. So indicating left from now. Here there are 2 lanes to turn left. Stay on the right lane, and that is what the examiner will ask you to turn left from the right lane. Why? Because after turning left here, we'll be turning right soon. So the gap is fine, easy and safe, leaving about 1 car gap. Why so? Because in case the car behind us is coming too fast, we can move forward to save ourselves from the car. And if you feel like, or if you have seen the car has stopped safely behind us, we can still move forward if we want to. When you're waiting here to turn left here at these traffic lights, be mindful that you are on the right lane and there is a lane on the left. So both lanes are turning left. In this case, you cannot choose any lane that you want. You must need to follow your own lane. In this case, right lane will be entering to the most right lane. The dash line is given as a guidance. We need to follow the guidance and keep around it. Keep our car next to the guideline, not cross it. Okay, green arrow. I'm not the first car, no need to do the head check on the sides, just following the cars ahead of you. See the dash line is guiding us, keep following the guidance and keep on the most right lane. Easy. Now the light is red, so slowing down and stopping. If the light was green and as you approach it becomes suddenly yellow, either you go or you stop safely behind the line. Don't brake and then go again, that will cause you a fail. Okay, now entering to the turning lane from the beginning, because we'll be turning right at the traffic lights. As is going downhill, be mindful of the speed, don't go too much. Currently I'm doing under 50 but close to 50. slowing down gradually so that I can leave enough gap with the car and stop safely. I can see the car behind also stop safely, so if I want I can move forward. Now these lights, being on a busy road and main road, sometimes it takes longer to appear for the green arrow. However, as you can see, the first car ahead of us actually pushed in the middle and waiting for a safe gap and completed the turn as it was safe. The second car is doing the same thing. As a third car, I was third car, now it has become the first car, so I can do the same thing, can come straight half of the way and keep the nose straight to this strip of island and keep everything straight, keep waiting for a safe gap. If I don't get a safe gap in this green light, if the light turns to red, still I should complete my turn and don't keep waiting here to block the traffic on the right hand side. And also keep an eye to the back, because the car in the back, sometime as I have left some gap in the back, they try to turn in this gap before me, which is dangerous. Now all the car that is on the left lane, if they are turning left, I have the priority for them because they are turning left using a slip lane where it says turn left anytime with care. Okay, I have the green arrow, I'm ready to go, checking on the right side to make sure the car at the back is not trying to overtake me. This straight line, be careful, don't touch and go over it, maintain your lane at this point. Now when you feel safe, the examiner will ask you to go back to the center and you need to go to the left lane, so indicate left, keep checking the rear mirror, check your side mirror and the blind spot. If it is safe, just change your lane gradually. When heading back to the center here, be mindful of the speed limit, because when you change the lane, it takes your concentration away from the speed and you might go over the speed limit, so be careful. As you're going over, check both sides to make sure no one coming again and again, because this fence actually blocks the vision. As you're going to the left, we can enter this left lane from the beginning. I prefer to indicate. Now this yellow bar looks very scary and it feels like you're gonna hit, but you're not gonna hit. You have a very clear if you have a very good clearance of 2 meters and your car is not over, hopefully your car is not over 2 meters if you're not driving a ute or big truck. Okay, now keep following this road as it goes around this crossing, so make sure nobody is crossing at this point. If not, you can continue. And this is a bent road, so to keep in safe, you keep the opposite side. To keep safe in the bend, keep opposite side. Now this is left turn only, but still I prefer to give indicator and checking on the right side to make sure no one coming, and then I will look to the direction to complete my turn. We are about to finish our driving test. How do you feel? You feeling all right? Okay, now keep going around and keep going up the ramp. This is our priority when going up the ramp, but as a safety check, I like to check on the right side to make sure no one rushing through there. Now I'll keep more little bit on the right hand side so that I can steer safely. Now at this point I have a very bad blind corner, so I'll take it very slow and easy, and I'll be checking both sides, right and left, making sure nobody is trying to approach towards me, and then I'll be keeping in the middle, possibly keeping in the middle or a little bit on the right hand side, depending how much gap I have on the side. So on the left hand side there's a car park, on the right hand side nothing is there, so I will be keeping more on the right side. Now turning right and keep going up, and when you're going up the ramp here, many learners they hit the curb, so keep on the left hand side until you have a clear vision of the ramp like this. And when you have the clear vision, now you can turn, but don't keep looking to the side, just keep looking ahead and try to keep your car just in the center of the ramp. That will save you not to hit the curb. So nearly end the test. Up here, checking right, checking left, checking right, checking left, nobody's coming, then complete the turn, checking on the side, because the examiner, when they finish the test, they come through here, so make sure you don't hit them. Okay, now turning right here. This is a two-way, so keep on the left hand side if possible. At this point, examiner may ask you to park anywhere, so it can be left here, straight there, right there, whatever it is. So let's just choose if you are not confident about parking in some tricky spot, just go and park straight here, and then complete the park. Shut down the engine. That's it. Now that is the end of your test. I hope you can remember all these tips and can implement all these at your driving test when you're driving. Watch the driving test mock videos along this video to prepare for the driving test that you'll be doing in your specific area. I have driving test road video for most of the test center and trying to upload few of them, and also making new videos for new centers. So if you are doing some particular area, try to look for it in the channel. If you can find it, just watch it. Hopefully it will be helpful for your driving test preparation. All the best.